everybody. Welcome to Food Friday. I am here with Theo, owner of Island Seoul in Columbia City.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for being here.
This is a really exciting segment for me because I drive by your restaurant every day on my way home. And I always want to stop in, and I haven't. This is going to be my first time.
Well, it's always the first time, and don't make it your last. All right? Okay.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about how Island Seoul started.
Well, Island Seoul is a family business. It's actually my father started this restaurant back in the 70s. It was a neighborhood restaurant on Junkins Park. We grew up in the area, still live in the area, parents' house and my house, family. So we still live in the same area. And it was a restaurant that everyone in the community came to. It's a neighborhood restaurant. My father had a little grocery store, a little mini market, I should say, and just grew up in it. And years later, who would have thought, I was working at another company and my father became ill and I decided to help out some, and I'm still helping out 25 years later.
There you go. So tell me a little bit about the food and where you get the inspiration for your recipes.
Yeah, Island Seoul, we had a chance to, when my father had the restaurant going, he did all Southern style, down home food. A good friend of mine, I call him my cousin because we grew up together, had a Caribbean restaurant. Used to go there every day, fell in love with the Caribbean food, the Caribbean culture, and just found ourselves cooking and enjoying the food, and had a chance to do what we call the island and the soul, kind of a mix of the food and the cuisine. Just being cooking in the blood, you just get to learn the recipes, and I had a good, I got lucky that one of the dishwashers that was at a friend's restaurant was honestly, put like this, my brother said, every time I eat his food from his house, he needs to be a cook. This guy cooks out of the world. So we had a little cook-off and he kicked my butt. And he's been my chef ever since, the last almost 20 years. So yeah, he's an incredible guy. He's from Jamaica. And so what we did is I showed him the Southern style, he showed me the Caribbean style, and we just meshed the menu together, or meshed the ingredients together, and came up with Island Seoul. Our own spices, our own rubs, our own hot sauce. We do everything in-house right now here. Yeah. So we twisted it up some.
The elephant in the room, COVID, how have things changed for you and your business since reopening after the shutdown? Oh yeah,
well, you can tell right now we're the only ones inside, everybody else has to sit outside. COVID has definitely changed. I tell everyone, when they say, what keeps your business going or what are you doing different? We, every 12 months, remodel ourselves. We rebrand ourselves, I would say. So COVID changed that right away. You had to adapt to what was going on. Pay attention. You can't serve at the bar. You can't even sit at the bar. You can't even have people inside your restaurant. Now you're allowed to have 50%. And our restaurant was a family style restaurant. It was open. So we had to stop and think about what are we going to do in order to reopen, because you couldn't do it unless you changed what you were doing. And the change was now. It wasn't like in 6 months or 6 years. It was today. First blessing that we had, we was allowed to sit outside. Outside, sitting on the street of Rainier Avenue. It took a minute to get used to it, but for me it didn't take long, because it was like I have tables and chairs and people want to sit down. We automatically couldn't wait to get that going, and it's been a hit ever since. As you can tell, inside we have switched. Instead of the open seating, we went back to the old-fashioned, I call it the dining booths. That you sit at a booth, you face your audience, it's you in a closed area. It's kind of weird, because I was always into the open concept, but COVID said change. It said change. This just got done today, just to let you know. So it's new to us right now. So we are now getting ready for the change. And the change will be probably open table or some type of app that you go on and reserve a table so we can keep track as well, so we don't have a lot of people walking in. We want to control that, so we know open table, we have a chance to ask the questions about have you been tested, or have you been ill, or how's your temperature? When you come in the door, we can have you also scan. So it gives us a lot more control than just opening the door and people running in and running out. Assign tables, obviously, for reservations. So it's going to be a change. Our customers are used to coming in and I'm here, where's my seat? So it's going to be a little hiccup, the first few weeks, but we just know that if people who love the food and enjoy what we do, they'll be patient and we'll learn together. So we're excited. I mean, there's nothing we can do but be excited about, what's about to happen. So yeah, we can't wait to start seating on the inside.
I noticed you guys have a walk-up window where people can do takeout.
Yes.
How has that been for you?
Oh, it's been, we've been, I'm gonna say it again, if I say blessed 100 times, it's because I really am. We found a good way that we can keep the flow, keep it fresh, keep cooking the way we enjoy cooking, is cook often, cook little, because we'd rather sell it out every day instead of have it for the next day and the next day and the next day. It's fresh today. It's good tomorrow. The next day, not our restaurant. we don't have, we like to sell our food every day. So yeah.
So as a first-timer in your restaurant, what is the one thing that I have to try, both food and cocktail, because you're also a rum bar, right?
Nice, yes, rum bar. Mama just, good call. Well, the fruit punch is always a kicker. Okay. I don't know if that's a good word to use, a kicker. But that is something that it's fruity, flavorful. Our food has lots of flavor, lots of spices. That's kind of that, easy. You taste it, you don't feel it until the second one and you stand up. But it's just a cool drink. The Dark and Stormy, we make our own in-house ginger beer. So our home made ginger beer with a Dark Myers rum, squeeze a lime. That's also one of my two favorites. I love ginger beer. I like the way it makes you feel once you're drinking it. With the rum, I like the way it feels also when I'm drinking it. That's my two drinks, I would say. My two go-to dishes that I could eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and unfortunately I do a lot, jerk chicken and oxtails. I mean, people, if I run out of oxtails, it's close the door and look through the window until people are out. But oxtails is soft, tender, it's like a steak. It's beef, and it's falling off the bone, which it makes its own gravy as you cook it. We put jumbo lima beans in it, which are really Peruvian jumbo lima beans, are huge. And the flavor is amazing. People want to put our cornbread, we do a coconut cornbread. Yeah. So with the coconut cornbread, with the oxtail gravy, that's a knockout. With a Dark and Stormy, that's good night.
I'm glad I'm getting here early so I can make sure I get some oxtails before you sell out.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank
your
you as
time.
well, Nikki. Thank you as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
Got the goods.
It's arrived. So, let me tell you, about 38 minutes to go before this historic town hall. And I'll be honest with you, 3 hours on this video with politicians, community, lots of issues. I need to fill up first. So good looking out, Island Soul. Let's pray that I make it through this town hall.